I'm from How to Taxes with a video to walk you through Form 1040 preparation if you are the head of household. To qualify for head of household filing status, you must be unmarried at the end of the year, you must have paid over half the cost to keep up a household, and you must have a qualifying child or dependent. In our example, you are unmarried, you paid over half the cost of keeping up a household, and you have a 5-year-old son. This is what the first page of your Form 1040 would look like. At the top of the form, check Head of Household as your filing status. Put your name, Social Security number, and address at the top of the form, and make sure you check the box saying that you had health care coverage if you did. Under the Dependent section, put the name of your son, his Social Security number, and his relationship to you. Also check the Child Tax Credit box. At the bottom of the form, you're going to want to sign and put your occupation. This is page 2 of your Form 1040. On line 1, put your wages from your Form W-2. In our example, it is $28,000. This is your only source of income, so you will again put this on line 6 for your total income. You have no adjustments to income, so line 7 will be $28,000 as well. Line 8, put your standard deduction from the box to the left. Head of household is $18,000. This is under the assumption that you're not itemizing your deductions. On line 10, put your taxable income, which is line 8 subtracted from line 7, which will give us $10,000. On line 11, you'll find your tax from the tax table in the IRS instructions. In our example, it is $1,003. On line 12, you'll put your child tax credit. We will calculate that on the next page. This is the child tax credit worksheet found in the IRS instructions on page 42. On line 1, you multiply the amount of qualifying children you have that are under age 17 by $2,000. Since we have a 5-year-old son, that would be 1 times 2,000. Since we don't have any other dependents, we carry that down to line 3. We enter the amount on line 4 from line 7 of our 1040. This was $18,000. On line 5, since we're ahead of household status, we put $200,000. On line 6, line 4 is not more than the amount of line 5, so we leave line 7 blank and go to line 8. You subtract 7 from 3. Since 7 is 0, line 8 is $2,000. On line 9, we put the amount from line 11 of your Form 1040, which was $1,003. We don't have any of the amounts on line 10, so we carry line 9 down to line 11. On line 12, since the amount from line 8 is more than the amount of line 11, it tells us to enter the amount from line 11, which is $1,003. This is your child tax credit. The amount that we calculated on the worksheet goes on line 12A. As you can see, we put $1,003. Carry that over to line 12. Line 13, you subtract line 12 from line 11, so that is 0. You don't have any other taxes, so your total tax on line 15 is 0. In our example, you had federal income tax withheld that can be found in your Form W-2 of $300. Next, we go to line 17. In our example, you can get an additional child tax credit since you didn't use up the total $2,000, which we will calculate on the next page. This is Schedule 8812, the additional child tax credit form. At the top of the form, put your name and social security number. On line 1, put the amount from line 8 of the child tax credit worksheet. In our example, that was $2,000. On line 2, put the amount from Form 1040, line 12A, which was $1,003. Subtract that from line 1 to come down to $997 on line 3. On line 4, multiply your amount of qualifying children by 1,400. Since we had one child, it would be 1,400. We enter the smaller of line 3 or 4 on line 5, so we put $997. On line 6A, we put our earned income, which was $28,000. We subtract $2,500 from that to come down to $25,500 on line 7. We multiply that by 15% to get $38.25 on line 8. We check the box yes, because line 8 is equal to or more than line 5. From line 8, we put that amount on line 15 as the instructions tell us. So this is your additional child tax credit, which is $997. So you get the full $2,000 of the child tax credit. On line 17B, put the amount from Schedule 8812 of $997. Carry that over to line 17. On line 18, add 17 and 16 to get to $1,297. These are your total payments. On line 19, your overpayment would be $1,297 since we have no tax. Since you'd want the total amount refunded to you, put the line 20A. You can get that directly put into your account by adding your routing and account number and checking the type of account that it is. This is a tax video by How to Taxes. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel for future tax videos.